I bring you the truth, no more suspension. May I please have your undivided attention? Because what I'm about to say will change your life. I know this because it changed my life. Follow me on this journey for a minute, and I guarantee something within you will ignite. Imagine you only had 80 years to live on this earth, and on your 80th birthday you would take your last breath. Let's take a step further and divide 80 years into 4 parts. And for the sake of simplicity, we'll refer to them as quarters. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, discover your purpose and accomplish it before your time runs out. Will you finish the race before your time runs out, or will you be caught off guard when your time runs out? I know most of you are thinking 80 years is more than enough time. You're wrong, because it's precisely by the second just enough time. Let's break down the math real quick. I want you to understand how this works. You have 4 quarters, and the first one is from age 1 to 20, and you have to spend this one on building a foundation that will determine the other 3 quarters of your life. Your second quarter is from age 20 to 40, and you must spend this part of your life establishing something on the foundation you created with your first quarter. Build a career and start a family while making your mission a part of every quarter. Your third quarter is from age 40 to 60, and this is the tricky one. You're preparing for retirement, and a lot needs to be done. Your fourth and final quarter is from 60 to 80, when your strength starts to fail you. Will the ghost from the 3 quarters come to haunt you, or will you be able to proudly account for how you spent every quarter you had? Let's take another step further, and this will drive you mad. If 80 years was all you had, and you spent 8 hours every day sleeping, congratulations. You spent 26 years of your life sleeping. Meaning you were only awake for 54 years. Let's count lost days. If you gave 8 hours a day of your first quarter to school, and gave 8 hours a day from your second and third quarter to a 9-to-5 job, meaning you only had 34 years left to yourself. That's 14 years if we subtract the final quarter. Subtract the time you spent on pointless things that will never add value to your life. And what you have left is how long you really lived. I don't know what quarter you're currently spending, be it the first, second, third, or fourth, but when your time runs out, what will be your result? Everybody dies, but not everyone truly lives. Let's account for how we spend every day of our lives. Distractions and diversions from the fulfillment of purpose. If your life has a purpose, what's the point of dying without fulfilling that purpose? Spend every quarter like your last, because your future depends on it. When I turned 18, I bought myself a pair of shoes. On my 19th birthday, I realized time was not on my side, so I spent all my money on marketing. Just turned 20, and this is my gift to you. 18th November 1999, my journey began. When did your story begin? And how will it end? Omanji, sinkala-4.